Thanks for visiting the page for our game, Seed Bank. In Seed Bank, players grow plants in a collective nursery, then use the seeds to produce fields and build their meadow. Each turn is broken down into 4 actions. The first action is dice rolling and placement. Each turn starts by rolling 5 dice. If later in the game a player has less than 5 of their own dice left, they can take white dice from the common pool to make it up to 5. Once rolled, dice can be used in 2 different ways. The first and main use for dice is growing plants. There are 8 plant cards which are available to all players. These cards are collectively called the nursery. On each plant card is a number in a box, which is the number of dice required to grow the plant and take the card from the nursery. To grow plants, dice with the same value are placed on the card. Different players can collect dice with different numbers on the same card, but once a player decides to place a die with a specific value on a card, they can't change the number they are collecting, but they can, however, collect different numbers on different plant cards. Once a player has a number of dice on a plant card equal to the number in the box, they collect the card and all the dice are returned to the respective players. The other use for dice is collecting seed exchange cards. Each card is purchased with dice which collectively have at least 10 pips on them. Any number of dice can be re-rolled. To re-roll costs 1 die. For example, if a player has 4 dice that they don't know what to do with, they can remove 1 and re-roll the other 3. Once all dice have been used, the second action in a turn is seed collection. Any plants which have been grown and are owned by a player produce seeds each turn. The number and type of the seeds produced are shown on each plant card. The third step is seed exchange. During this step, all seed exchange cards can be used once. Each card can be used in either direction to turn the seeds on the top of the card into those on the bottom, or those on the bottom of the card into the seeds on the top. The fourth and final action is field creation and placement. There are 4 field cards which are placed on the table during setup. Each field costs seeds to create. The combination of seeds are different on each field card. Field cards are worth points, which are given in the top right-hand corner during final scoring. The points a field is worth relates to the seed it took to create it. Each field card is one of 4 types: dry, floodplain, woodland, and grass. These field types are important when a player is building their meadow. Each player is trying to make a meadow, which is a tableau of 9 cards on a 3x3 grid. When a player uses their seeds to collect a field card, the card is placed within their meadow. Field cards are placed as soon as they are collected, and once selected, their location in the meadow cannot be changed. At the start of the game, all players are given 2 meadow cards. These are endgame objective cards. Each meadow card has a combination of 3 field types. If a player can match the 3 field types either vertically, horizontally, or diagonally using the field cards in their meadow, then they get an additional 10 points. If a player creates a meadow which matches both meadow cards, then they get an additional 20 points. 10 points per card. Once a player completes their meadow by placing the 9th and final field card in their tableau, the current round is completed with all players completing their final turn, and then the game ends. Final scoring is based on points gained from 3 different card types. Plant cards. The number in the square, the number of dice required to grow a plant, is the number of points a plant card is worth in final scoring. Field cards. Field cards are worth different points, which are found in the top right-hand corner of the card. And meadow cards. Any completed meadow cards are worth 10 additional points. Thank you for taking the time to have a look at our game, Seed Bank. And if you're interested, the rulebook can be downloaded for free from this page.